And here we go. We have a massive trade. A day before the NBA draft, the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets have agreed to trade MIKAL Bridges for Bojan Bogdanovic and a bunch of NBA draft assets, including 4 unprotected first-round picks, a protected first-rounder via the Bucks in 2025, an unprotected pick swap, and a second-rounder as well. A ton of draft capital to the Brooklyn Nets as the Knicks get even better. The Villanova boys are back together. Dante DiVincenzo, Jaylen Brunson, MIKAL Bridges. This is going to be a very scary Tom Thibodeau-led defensive team with a lot of offense now with MIKAL Bridges. In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this trade specifically. We're going to break down some film, but damn, if you're a Knicks fan, this is probably going to be the best Knicks team you have seen in a long time. The cohesiveness defensively, but now the offensive versatility just took a major step in the right direction. And now, Jaylen Brunson is not going to have to do it himself. Guys, before we jump into the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. We're going to be covering the entirety of the NBA draft tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But man, let's jump into the video. Now, one of the main reasons I think this addition for the New York Knicks is going to be massive is because he can handle a massive workload, alongside Jaylen Brunson, right? On this play specifically, ISO ball, they actually send a blitz from the top of the key with Gordon Hayward. He goes in the opposite direction and ends up finishing over basically 3 defenders here at the bucket. This is a guy who's going to make Jaylen Brunson's life so much more, easier, right? And make him or keep his stamina up for the entirety of the game, because Jaylen Brunson doesn't have to take all of the shots throughout the entirety of a game, a playoff game. More importantly, I think MIKAL Bridges is such an underrated playmaker as well. But man, look at the finishing ability around the basket. These are just things you want to see. And now that you have a very good cohesive team in New York with Brunson and Dante and MIKAL and Randall potentially coming back, and Miles McBride, and this team is deep. They're really good defensively. And then you have a guy like MIKAL who can come in here, spot up from 3 when Jaylen Brunson does want to go into his playmaking bag, driving, drawing weak side help. MIKAL in the corner, open 3, gets it to go. This is going to be fun to see. Another reason I love MIKAL Bridges is the tenacity overall. He's never going to give up and give his 100% effort every single possession. On this play specifically, it is a 1-point game. Brooklyn is up by 1 late in the 4th quarter, 98-97. We're going to get a corner 3. Great contest by Bam Adebayo, but MIKAL Bridges is going to, commit baseline and try to get a second chance opportunity on this play. And the tenacity alone is something I love about MIKAL Bridges. Boom, gets it with one arm, throws it back up, and gets it to go. What a play by MIKAL Bridges, drawing the and 1, giving his team a chance to go up by 4 points late in the game. Another late game situation here. They're up by 4, gets the ball, drives baseline, draws multiple defenders, and then again, the finishing ability. He's very, very lengthy as a wing, so that tells you a couple of different things, right? Can finish around smaller players, can shoot over smaller players, but also is insanely versatile defensively. Look at the Jaylen Browns and the Jason Tatums of the world, right? These guys can switch on multiple different players. And specifically, we saw a guy like Jason Tatum cover some centers, taking away pick and roll action with opposing teams. MIKAL Bridges is very similar, where if you put him on a center, for example, the Dallas Mavericks, right? They're not going to be able to run that pick and roll because MIKAL Bridges is such an incredible defensive player at the end of the day as well. This dude can bring a new dynamic to New York that they haven't had in a very long time. Another thing that he adds to the New York Knicks is a post-up ability. Right here we see him posting up versus KCP, and KCP is actually probably one of the best perimeter defenders on this Nuggets team. So seeing him do this versus KCP is actually very encouraging. Again, fakes him out to the right, fade away, left elbow jumper, up and good. Beautiful shot there again. These are the things that New York just didn't really have last season, right? Jaylen Brunson's such a good player in terms of that mid-range, getting to the left, right elbows, getting the floaters up, but also hitting step back threes and threes in people's mouth. But they had another really versatile guy. You can score with multiple different, tricks up his sleeve, right? He's got so many different ways to score the basketball, which again makes him super dynamic. He's clutch as well. Hasn't really played in some high playoff situations outside of maybe, Phoenix, right? A couple of years in Phoenix. But this is a player who really comes alive late in game. And if you remember anything about that Pacers series, you need a guy like this taking it in on Nikola Jokic, drawing that and one. That's already 2 plays that we've watched in this video that he has been super successful late game situations. And that one specifically, right, down by 3, getting the and one. Here we go, gets the Pistons driving in again, picking and choosing his spots on the floor. Fadeaway floater or mid-range, up and good. Again, the versatility alone is something you gotta love. But let's talk about the most important piece of this trade, and that's the defensive versatility of MIKAL Bridges, right? Tom Thibodeau is a guy who really wants to harp in on defense and make sure guys are insane, right? I didn't even mention Josh Hart, but you talk about Josh Hart, MIKAL Bridges. This team is extremely versatile. If they're able to keep OG Anunoby, which I don't think is going to happen now, but if they were able to have those 3 wings with Josh Hart, MIKAL Bridges, and OG, that would be insane. But again, MIKAL Bridges is so good picking up 45 feet, right? Half court line, playing great defense, rips it from him there. And again, late game situation, 106, 104, a big time steal. And this is back with the Suns, but this is when he was playing the most impactful basketball. So I did want to go to this area of his career, basically just to show you guys that when basketball mattered the most for him back in Phoenix, the man was an absolute stud. We got a switch right here. We get an off-ball screen from Evan Fournier for DJ Augustine trying to cut to the basket. We get a point switch. He tells Devin Booker, you ride with him. I'll stay with Evan Fournier. Boom. So again, this takes a lot of skill, talent. Boom. He's got to realize, I got to switch. I got to get back over to my guy. So what does he do again? Point switch. DeAndre, you step up. I got your big man, right? And now this is such a difficult situation to realize and pick and choose what you're going to do. So in reality, once Evan Fournier, because he does have the speed and quickness to get around the edge and into the paint, MIKAL Bridges has to make a decision. Do I roll out with Vucevic to the 3-point line or, roll with him? Or do I come in and bring some, weak side help to the basketball, right? So let's see what he does here as Evan Fournier drives into the paint. He comes up and makes an unbelievable play on the basketball. And again, look at this right here, guys. Big time block. We got a 2-point game with 40 seconds left in the game, and he comes up with an unbelievable play. A lot of the plays that we're looking at here are either him being insanely clutch in the beginning, or not in the beginning, but on offense, or being insanely clutch on the defensive side of the basketball as well. And that was another big time play. Here we go in the 4th quarter, down by 2. We got D Rose top of the key, gonna get that high screen. Another thing MIKAL Bridges does really good, getting over and under screens extremely well, and boom, just like that, instead of getting the switch onto Dragan Bender, MIKAL Bridges stays right with Derrick Rose and gets a massive block again. The versatility of this man is insane, right? Huge pickup. Let me know what you guys think. Give me a grade down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update. And a lot of draft videos for tomorrow, so stay tuned.